Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Virginia Association for Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. We are really excited you are here. Before we get started, we do have a few housekeeping items to note. First, if you have any questions at all, feel free to submit those through the Q&A. You can type in your questions to the presenters at any time. They are there, ready and available to assist you with any questions you have. Your camera and microphone are off. You are muted and your video is off. The panelists can't see or hear you. There are more sessions happening. This is one of many college presentations being offered, so feel free to sign up for more sessions where you registered for this one. And lastly, this recording will be available a week from today. All sessions are being recorded and can be accessed at strivescan.com/Virginia. We are currently in session A2, where my mouse is circling at the moment. And this will also be the same order of presentations. So without further ado, I'll get out of the way and introduce our first representative from Norfolk State University. I think you may be on mute.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you now.
My apologies. Greetings. I am Yvonne Blythe, and I serve as a transfer mission counselor here at the illustrious Norfolk State University. Most people would love to know where Norfolk is located. We're located in the core of the Hampton Roads metropolitan area, named the large national harbor. Norfolk is one of the oldest cities in the Hamptons Road and is considered to be a historic, urban, financial, and cultural center of its region. The Chesapeake Bay front has a total of 183 miles long with a lake and river that is located within residential neighborhoods. We are home to one of the largest naval headquarters within America. Again, to mention, we are only 10 minutes away from downtown. Students who are interested in transferring must consider our transfer admission requirements. A student must have a cumulative of a 2.0 grade point average with 12 credit hour courses from a regionally accredited college and institution. Official transcripts must be submitted into our office. Students who have under 12 credit hours will need a high school transcript of a 2.3 grade point average. If you have any concerns on what credits would transfer over, you can always visit us at www.nsu.edu/transfer. Oops, sorry. When students are accepted into the institution, we would like to do something called our Certificate of Advanced Standing. Within our admission process, before doing our Certificate of Advanced Standing, you must have an online application on file. Submit all official transcripts to us. If you attended more than one college, please make sure you submit all documents to us. Priority deadline for our transfer students is May 1st. Once all documents are received into our office, we ask that you allow us a processing time from 2 to 3 weeks. This will allow for us to evaluate transcript before we can give you our admission decision. Now, I was mentioning our Certificate of Advanced Standing. Our Certificate of Advanced Standing is for students who are accepted into the institution. This will allow you to see what credits were accepted into the institution right before you do your course planning with your academic advisor. They will allow them to see all the credits that transferred over along with your courses so they can begin your course planning. For any students who have any concerns on what credits would transfer over, you can visit us at www.nsu.edu/transfer credits. excuse me. Norfolk State University sits on 134 acres and offer a true Spartan experience with over 31 undergraduate programs and 18 master programs and doctoral programs and over 100 club and activities. We like to say that we offer a state-of-the-art building from our learning facilities, organizations on campus, and our community involvement. With our small classroom sizes of an 18:1 ratio, which give you more of a hands-on experience with your professors. Allow your professors to engage with you, network with your peers as you navigate on your academics. One thing we like to say here in Sparta, we want you to get involved. The more you're involved, you'll be able to balance your academic along with your social skills. We are a Division I school servicing students who are interested in any athletic program, with our award-winning Spartan Legion Marching Band. One thing we would like to say is, here at Norfolk State University, we raise the bar for what HBCU excellence looks like. We encourage all of our students to explore, again, as I mentioned, all of our organizations and clubs we have to offer here at NSU. We have many resources from our writing lab, our math labs, our academic advisors, and our tutoring area just for you to use. We have so many different tools for you to be successful here at NSU. And again, this is just our enrollment Snapchat, just so you can get an overview of what our campus size look like. With a little over 5,400 students, the female ratio is higher than the male, and then most of our students that we do service is from Virginia. We do offer quality degree programs that lead to innovative fields as well as long-lasting occupations. For our transfer students, our top programs is nursing, psychology, social work, business. That's what most of our transfer students, when they do transfer into the institution, that's their program of choice. We do host different events leading for these programs. We do have a transfer visit day coming up next week on Wednesday from 11 to 4 for students who are interested in registering for that event. And for us, and then let's stay connected. Follow us on our social media. We use our Instagram page for students to stay connected with us. Follow us for all of our events. Use our hashtag just to stay engaged and connected with us. If you have any information, this is my information for you to follow up with me. We see the future in our students. And as always, behold the green and gold.
Awesome, thank you. Our next representative from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore will actually be last. So we'll go ahead and jump to the representative from the University of Melbourne.
Okay, good day everyone. This is Todd St. Vrain from the University of Melbourne. So let me just bring up my screen here. So we're going to take a virtual trip down under. And let's get started. So welcome to UniMelb, or as we say in the local indigenous language, Wamanjaika. So Melbourne is a large public research intensive university located in the southern part of Australia. And we are a comprehensive university. As you can see, we excel in many areas and disciplines at the global level. This is the beautiful Great Barrier Reef, which is about a 4-hour flight north of Melbourne. Imagine taking classes with Madeline Van Oppel, who is bioengineering heat-resistant coral in order to save the Great Barrier Reef. This is just one example of the academic experience that you can have at a university that's regarded as an Australian version of an Ivy League, and University of Richmond is one of our exchange partners. So this is our main campus. We're right in the heart of Melbourne, which is about 15 minutes from downtown. Coming to Melbourne is a chance to be a global citizen. Australia is a very multicultural country. Nearly half of our student body is international, and we are very large with 25,000 undergraduate students. And that includes several hundred American students. So there is an American community for you to connect with. We have great outcomes in terms of our graduates, and all international students in Australia have the opportunity to stay and work for 2 years after graduation. So this just gives you options as to where you might begin your career after your undergraduate degree. Admissions is based only on academic achievement, so we'll get into this shortly of the requirements. Our degrees are only 3 years, which is standard in Australia, which is a saving in itself. And at the current exchange rate, it's going to be just under 30,000 US dollars a year. And you can use US student loans at the University of Melbourne. And you're doing this all in the city of Melbourne, a city of about 4 million people, 4 seasons, sometimes 4 seasons in a day, but we are regarded as Australia's sports and cultural capital. So we have streamlined our degrees into about 8 options with 150 majors. This might include agriculture, we call the humanities arts, and I put in bold some of the more popular majors, entire degree in biomedicine, we call business commerce, design, even have fine arts, music, and a plethora in the sciences, including engineering and IT. So you have to learn to speak Australian, which is of course Australian English, and we call degrees courses. So if you go to our Find a Course page, this will give you a chance to explore all of your options, because there might be more than one major and more than one degree that is relevant for you. So we have this thing called breadth subjects. It's kind of like our version of Gen Ed, but it's all within 3 years. You can extend to a 4th year doing what we call concurrent diplomas or an optional year of independent research for your honors. Now let's talk about entry requirements. If you have any high school students out there, it's going to be based on your SAT or ACT, an unweighted GPA, and AP exams. And this will vary slightly per degree. We are not test optional, but we do have alternatives to the SAT or the ACT, as well as alternatives to AP exam requirements. We also take the International Baccalaureate. And for transfer students, it's really straightforward. It's just an unweighted 3.0, and there's only a few degrees that have specific prerequisites. And when you apply, you can apply for transfer credit, which we call advanced standing. So it's different down under. Our seasons are opposite, and so are semesters. Semester 1 actually starts in March, and semester 2 starts in late July. You can start in either semester because core classes are offered every semester. For students looking to start in the second half of this year, that would be online because of the pandemic and border restrictions, but we are hopeful that the borders will be reopening in time for our semester 1 starting in March next year. Our application deadlines are a bit different. You can actually apply until the end of May of this year for starting in July. My advice is apply when you're applying to US universities. We offer rolling admissions, and deferrals can also be an option for you, which tend to be quite automatic in standard in Australia. Let's talk about housing. Just to confuse you, we call dormitories colleges. Those come with a meal plan. We also have student apartments. In Australia, you always get your own room. Of course, we have lots of clubs and societies because uni is more than just academics. And let's finish with a brief campus tour. So we are the size of the United Continental US, located in the southern part of the country. And again, this is our main campus in between the biomedical precinct and Little Italy and close to downtown. So it's a mixture of beautiful historic sandstone buildings and wide open spaces, some modern facilities as well, labs, lecture halls. And of course, we have to stop off at the underground car park because the inside of it has been featured in things like a Mad Max movie or MasterChef Australia. So you never know who you might meet on campus. And it's just a way of saying there's lots going on campus. This is downtown Melbourne, which is again 15 minutes from campus. Melbourne is famous for its laneways with thriving music and art scene. And we're a city of sports. We're on the beach. And of course, access to stunning nature. So I'm in San Francisco. Please get in touch if you have any other questions or put your questions in the chat. Thanks so much.
Great, thank you. Just a friendly reminder that if you have any questions at all, feel free to submit those through the Q&A. Our representatives are here and available to answer any questions that you have. And if you have a specific question for a certain school, please make sure to note that in your question. The next representative is from Temple University, Japan campus.
Thank you. Yes, hello from Tokyo, Japan. My name is Ha, admissions counselor from Temple University, Japan campus. I'll call TUJ for short. TUJ is the international branch campus of Temple University main campus in Philadelphia. It is one of the largest public research universities in the US, and it's the largest school in Philly. Yes, and we are branch campus in Tokyo, Japan. We have been here for nearly 40 years, and we are the largest and oldest foreign university in Japan. Temple also has another branch campus in Rome, Italy. And because we're the same school, it's very easy for students to transfer among 3 campuses. For example, you can start at our Japan campus, then you can spend 1 or 2 semesters at Rome campus or our main campus in the US, or you can transfer back to the main campus anytime to finish the degree. Yes, the transition process is very smooth. We are just a small school, so we only offer 10 majors in liberal arts field, where you can spend all 4 years in Japan. The most popular majors are international business studies, communication studies, art, international affairs, just to name a few. And all classes at TJ are in English. You don't need to know any Japanese to apply. Just more than a year ago, we moved to a brand new campus. Our campus is located in Sangenjaya, which is in the central location of Tokyo. It is just 5 minutes train right away from Shibuya Station. For those who don't know, Shibuya is like Times Square, New York. It's like the most popular district for young people in Tokyo, and it's the most visited spot for tourists in Japan. And we're just 5 minutes away from there. And our students really enjoy the location. And so if you are interested in urban campus setting, then here we are in the central location of Tokyo. In this short presentation, I just want to give you 3 main reasons why you should consider TUJ. First, because we're an American school with affordable tuition fee and with achievable aspects. We located in Tokyo, but the degree and the credits you'll be earning will be Temple degree, Temple credits, exactly the same degree and credits that students in Temple in Philadelphia earn. The only difference is that you do it in Tokyo, Japan. And if you're doing AP, IB, A-levels, or earn college credits, those credits can be transferred to TUJ, which helps you to save time, money, and efforts. In terms of tuition fee, please look at this chart here, compare TUJ's tuition fee to a public and private 4-year university in the US. As you see, it's about 40 to 50% lower. The average tuition fee at TUJ is about $15,000 per year. So it's even cheaper for you to go out of the country than study abroad than going out of state. But the degree you'll be earning will still be American degree. So the question is, why not? And since we're American school, so you can use American benefits like financial aid, GI Bill, we use private loans. We also offer merit-based scholarships, which are very easy to apply. And we located in Tokyo. And as you know, Tokyo is the biggest city in Japan. It's the most developed city in Asia. So there are many opportunities when it comes to part-time jobs, internship, and full-time jobs. Talking about jobs, we have the Career Development Office to help students prepare for job hunting. They will help you to find internship and jobs in Japan or even back in your home countries. Internship is a distinctive feature of teacher education. For some majors like international business studies or international affairs, internship is required and it's often credit-bearing internship. Please look at the list here of the companies and organizations which have recruited our students for the internship program. This is Amani. She's a political science major and she took part in the internship program at the US Embassy in Tokyo. She said that this experience was very helpful in advancing her career prospects. We also organize on-campus job fair. We invite companies to the campus to recruit our students. You can also see the list of companies here which have recruited TUJ students for the full-time jobs opportunities. There's many big name companies. As a result, our employment rate is 97%. Many international students choose to stay in Japan after graduation because having working experience overseas will be very helpful for the career prospect later, and we will help you to find jobs in Japan. So next, how to apply. There are two ways to apply to TUJ. You can either apply directly to TUJ or through Common App. If Common App, please be sure to select the Japan campus because the application process is different from our main campus in Philadelphia. But no matter what you choose, this is the list of what we require. We need your application form, your personal statement, your test score. We just became test optional this year. So if you're native English speakers, you can apply without SAT or ACT. But if you believe that SAT or ACT will complement your application, you should submit your score. But if you're non-native English speakers, you're still required to submit an English test score like TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo. But if you have SAT or ACT, you can submit that instead. And we require official transcripts and an application fee. After you submit everything, the result will be sent to you within 4 weeks. It is very straightforward and very simple. Yes, I'll be guiding you through the application process. So that's all about TJ and the application process. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at this email address. And this is a QR code for you to scan. And don't forget to follow us on our social media. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. The next representative is from Greensboro College.
Hi, everybody. My name is Zach Frone. I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions here at Greensboro College. I'm excited that you guys have joined us today for these presentations. I'll take you through a quick little presentation of Greensboro College. So Greensboro College is 38 undergraduate majors, with 29 of those being minors. Our students represent about 30 states across the United States and 21 countries throughout the world. We have a 40% ethnic minority and multicultural students. Our student population sits right around 1,000 right now, so we are a relatively smaller school. Our 38 majors are housed under 5 schools of studies: School of Arts, Business, Humanities, Science, Mathematics, Social Science, and Education. We have 8 pre-professional programs rolled into those 5 schools, anywhere from pre-athletic training all the way down to pre-veterinary medicine. And some of our more popular undergraduate majors being the criminal justice, business, our education majors, biology, exercise, sports studies, and then our theater, music, and art programs as well. So Greensboro, North Carolina is the 3rd largest city in North Carolina behind Raleigh and Charlotte. It's about 350,000 people in the city itself, with about 50,000 of those being college students. So only 1,000 on campus at Greensboro College, but you have about 49,000 other college students within the city itself. So not a college-run town, but a very heavily populated college student population. With GC being right next to downtown Greensboro, we have access into the different businesses, which allow us to obtain a little bit more internships than being in a rural location, being nice in an urban location. But on top of the restaurants, cafes, arts, culture, and entertainment that is being revitalized in downtown Greensboro, there's always a lot of things to do. Our education is made personal, so only 1,000 students. Professors and advisors will know your name. The one-on-one support, obviously, it's very attainable at a medium or large institution. At a smaller institution, just a little bit easier, just because there's not as many students to vie for their time. So our average class size sits right around 12, and that's about a 9-to-1 student to faculty ratio. We are a UDL school, so every student has a unique way of learning. So like a fingerprint, everyone has a different learning style. What UDL is committing to adapting our curriculum to fit the learning needs of everyone. So we ensure inclusivity throughout our whole curriculum. So whatever learning style you are, our professors and advisors are trained to be able to go through and portray their curriculum in a manner that everyone has the ability to learn. Our career and enrichment programs at school, 99% of our Greensboro College students completed internship or practicum, that 1% being within our theater, music, and arts program. Theater and music is normally a senior show or senior recital, and within our arts, it's normally a senior showcase of whatever specific discipline you are with art. But other than that, all other majors do require an internship or practicum to graduate. Our first year experience is somewhat of a gap program, starts at your orientation in the summer and then goes into your first year of Greensboro College. So specifically your first semester, you take a Greensboro College seminar class, which is just a 2-hour class, kind of gets your feet wet, and it helps you adjust to college life and being successful at a 4-year institution. Some of our enrichment programs include, Sankofa Center for Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, our George Center for Honors Studies, or honors program for those students who want a more challenging general education curriculum, and then the PEAK, which is our personal enrichment and knowledge, which is our student services, so our advising, tutorial services, and everything that needs on the academic side for students. So there's many ways to get involved. There's about 15 student-run organizations at Greensboro College. Entrepreneurship, the Pride of the Pride, which is our LGBTQ plus population and organization. The Collegian, which is our newspaper on campus. That also rolls right into the Lear, which is our literary magazine on campus as well as the UAAS, which is our United African American Society. Our Urban Garden, which we co-op with UNCG to help cultivate and grow vegetables for the local food bank in the city, and then our Village 401, which is our community service opportunities, on top of other opportunities that we do have as well. We have 3 specific study abroad opportunities with school in England, Ireland, and Germany, but part of the Greater Greensboro Consortium allows us to access the other schools and their study abroad and their academic catalogs as well. So the opportunities for study abroad are pretty endless. We have 19 Division III sports, and we are part of the USA South Conference. Our latest sport being women's wrestling. So we're one of the first women's wrestling programs at Division III level in the state of North Carolina. Our application is free, and for traditional students, we do have a test optional application. So typically it is your high school transcript, an ACT or SAT score report. But if you weren't able to take an SAT or ACT, like I said, we do have the test optional essay on our application now. Affordable meets exceptional. So institutional aid, we're actually one of the least expensive private schools in North Carolina, with our tuition and fees projected right around $19,000. With room and board, you add into that, sits right around $29,000, just under 30. But that is before scholarships and grants, including academic, fine arts, mission related, NC State Local, and need-based award as well. We also utilize the FAFSA to build out your financial aid award letter. So you never know what you're going to get in federal grant scholarships. So that's my little presentation. Like I said, I'm the Assistant Director of Admissions, and I also manage the territory for Virginia. So if you do have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out, and truly appreciate you guys stopping by and listening to our presentation.
Very helpful information. Thank you. Before we hear from our next 2 representatives, just another friendly reminder that if you have any questions at all, to feel free to submit those through the Q&A. If you have a specific question, also make sure to note the name of the school. Again, we are here to answer any questions that you have about any part of the process. So feel free to submit those. We'll keep right along. And the next representative is from Shepherd University.
Hello, everyone. My name is Lacey, and I'm an admissions counselor at Shepherd University. So if you're not familiar with us, I'll jump right into that, and you might find out see how you might find yourself belonging at our Shepherd University community. So a big part of Shepherd University and what we have to offer is our location. So for those of you who are tuning in from the Northern Virginia area, Fairfax, Leesburg, we're about an hour to 90 minutes out from you guys. So we are in the tip of the Panhandle in West Virginia. If you look at our campus, we're actually on the Potomac River. You cross that river, you're in Maryland. So we get a lot of students, not just from West Virginia, but Virginia, DC, Baltimore area, Maryland, Pennsylvania. We're close to a lot of things. So about 90 minutes out from that Washington and Baltimore metro area, which is really nice for our students because they can get research and internship opportunities in those areas. And that's usually where they're finding employment post-grad. So as far as our student profile goes, we are under 4,000 students here at Shepherd. We're about 60 to 40 female to male, and 60% of those students are coming to us as in-state West Virginia residents. The other 40% offer representation from all 50 states, as well as up to 31 countries now, I believe. Academically here at Shepherd, we have over 100 majors, and it's very customizable. So if you want to add a minor, a double minor, if you want a double major, you can really personalize your specific degree program and path to what you're interested in the classroom, but also career-wise and what you see yourself doing down the road. Average class size here at Shepherd is 16, and it's a 14-to-1 student to faculty ratio. And you'll hear this a lot as you're looking at schools, that small class sizes, you get that one-on-one attention. We're really all about that here at Shepherd. We believe that the support you get in and out of the classroom is really, those connections you build are really important, even post-grad. So that's a really big deal for us. But some ways we're supporting our students now, we have TRIO for first-generation students. Our Shepherd Success Academy has success coaches that work with our students on building skill sets like note-taking, test prep, accessibility services for academic and housing accommodations, the Advising Assistance Center if you think you want to change your major or you need to switch your schedule around, or if you're like me and you want to plan everything 2 years in advance, that's where you go. Free tutoring for all of our students for every single subject, and that's not even all of them. At Shepherd, we are just as invested in the resources you get inside the classroom as well as the opportunities you get outside the classroom. So some of the ways that our students are preparing for their careers now, they're doing internships, clinical rotations for our nursing students, student teaching for education majors, and other field experience and research opportunities across every major. A lot of our majors have internship opportunities built into the curriculum. So when you're doing these things outside of the classroom, you're still getting class credit and working towards your graduation. On campus, we have lots going on. So there's not something going on the Shepherd campus. There's usually something going on in Shepherdstown. We love our parades around here. So we have almost 100 of student clubs and organizations, campus events, festivals, performances by art and theater students, as well as D2 athletics. We are part of the PSAC, Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. And as far as living on campus goes, you can expect to find 3 different housing styles: traditional, like you would see in the movies, you and your roommate share a room, long hallway of rooms. Suite style gives you a little more privacy, no more than 4 people to a bathroom. And then the apartments are exactly what it sounds like, 2 to 3 bedrooms, nice kitchen and living room area. And we have 4 major dining locations on campus. One of those does include a Starbucks. You'll see me there a lot, as well as our Riverside Market, which has a rotational menu that includes things like authentic Indian, Italian, Mexican cuisine, the Ram's Den, which is our all-you-can-eat options, and our wellness cafe located in our wellness center. So coming to Shepherd as an out-of-state Virginia student, I came to Shepherd as an out-of-state student from Virginia. I'm from the Winchester area, but our out-of-state tuition for the year, including room and board, you're looking at $28,000, but don't let that sticker price scare you off, not just from Shepherd, but from anywhere you look. Usually you're coming in with automatic scholarships that will immediately take down the cost of attendance. And keep in mind that there are always additional scholarships to apply for, whether it's athletics, academics, specific scholarships for your major. In our office, in the admissions office, we have a scholarship program. So don't let that sticker price scare you off. There's lots of opportunities to bring that down. And for you guys coming to us from Virginia, you qualify for the Metro Scholarship. So that's $5,500 a year. You can get that for all 4 years as long as you stay full-time and live on campus. And our academic scholarships for out-of-state students range from $3,000 to $5,000, and these are automatic scholarships. So if you're meeting these qualifications, there's no application process. They're just immediately awarded to you, which is really nice. So looking at admission here at Shepherd, we do require high school transcripts. We are test optional for the fall 2021 semester, but keep in mind that may be changing for future academic years. We love to read personal statements. It's so nice to get an idea of not just of who you are in the classroom and on paper, but a fuller profile of you and what your goals are. So we love to read those. Please submit them. But the only thing we absolutely require are high school transcripts. And then financial aid, if you haven't already, just make sure you get the FAFSA done. That opens October 1st, always for the following academic year. And our priority deadline for scholarships is March 1st, but it's not too late to apply. You can keep applying. And we do encourage everyone to do the FAFSA if possible, because it is required for some scholarships. And then next steps from here are just going to be to explore, come visit campus. We have accepted student days coming up, and apply whenever you're ready. And we are here to help. So here is our text information, our call information, our email. And again, my name is Lacey, and thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Our last representative, but certainly not least, is from University of Maryland, Eastern Shore.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us this evening. My name is Lakeisha Brown, and I am a admissions counselor recruiter from the illustrious University of Maryland Eastern Shore. Just going to give you just a little bit about UMES. And asking everybody if you want some more information to be added to our mailing list, just text this code UMES to 75644. Who are we? UMES is one of the top 20 HBCU 1890 land grant doctoral research institutions. We have well over 26 conference titles and 7 national championships. We like to model the phrase, transform yourself, and then you can transform the world academically. And in doing that, we have 6 schools. We have the School of Education, Social Sciences and the Arts, School of Business and Technology, School of Pharmacy and Health Professions, School of Agriculture and Natural Sciences, and our School of Graduate Studies. One particular special program that we have is the Richard A. Henson Honors Program. This program is for higher achieving students. We like to invite students who have a unweighted GPA of 3.3 or higher, or an SAT score of 1100 or ACT score of 25 to strongly apply for the Richard A. Henson Honors Program. The students who are eligible for that program, they have access to honors classes. They have their own set of dormitories. They have eligible for scholarships, internships within our campus community. Also, in our Division of Enrollment Management and Student Experience, we have the Student Success Department, where we have free tutoring and mentoring. We have a mental health counseling center, a career and professional development with workshops and seminars to help all of our students become successful. Students at UMES get to experience, we have 11 residence halls. We have a living learning community with well over 70 student organizations. Of course, we are HBCU, so we do have Greek life on campus. We have the Divine Nine. We're also an inclusive campus community where we're a close-knit campus. If you're looking for a mid-sized campus with a home-like atmosphere that you're not a number, but you're a name, your professors know you by name, then maybe UMES is the place for you. A homey feel, home away from home. And our class sizes are 16 with a student to faculty ratio 14:1. Also, students get to experience our Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have a bowling alley on campus, a movie theater, and all students have full use of all of our exercise facilities. Athletics, we have men, baseball, basketball, cross country. We have indoor and outdoor track, softball, basketball, bowling for women, cross country, tennis, and volleyball. Everyone always wants to know, and it's a good question about how much is it going to cost. So if we look on the outskirts of our table here, out of state, you're going to be roughly looking at like $29,000. That's to include your tuition, your fees, traditional double room, and 19 meal plan. But with that, we're also happy to announce that UMES has given out almost 20,000 average awards through financial aid, scholarships, grants for out-of-state students. So if you average it out, it's still affordable even though it's out of state. Our application process is easy. We have 3 application platforms that we use. We're a part of the Common App, a part of the Common Black College application, and also our institutional UMES application. We're taking a holistic approach in reviewing students' application, whereas we're looking at grade point averages, we're looking at your course rigor, your trends and performance, any extracurricular activities you're involved in, or if you hold special talents, we want to know. We want to look at the student, not just numbers and test scores, but we want to look at the complete picture, your complete portfolio. This is our transfer information. Again, we have two platforms. We have the common application, and we also have the UMES standard application. Those transfer students, we need your official college transcript that you're transferring from with a minimum of a 2.0 GPA with 29 credit hours. And keeping up with UMES, look at us now, we're virtual. So these are our social media platforms. If you want to get to know, to see what's going on campus, we have our Twitter page, we have our Facebook, and we have Instagram. So that is it. So if anybody has any questions, feel free.
Awesome, thank you. We do have a bit of time, and so we're gonna try to squeeze in one question here. So we'll go ahead and pivot now into our Q&A set portion of the session. So at this time, I'll invite all our presenters to turn on their cameras, to unmute themselves. And our question is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? Again, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? And we'll go ahead and get started in the same order in which you all presented in.
Yes, I would encourage students to take your time to figure out which college or university works best for you. So I know right now we're in COVID, but if you have the opportunity to tour the campus, just so you can be familiar with the campus, talk about the financial costs to see what works best for you. Taking your time, making sure you complete the FAFSA, of course, but that's something I would encourage. If you have 5 schools you're interested in, explore the college, look at the neighborhood, see what works best for you, and look at the financial costs.
Hey, Todd from the University of Melbourne. First of all, I remember being really overwhelmed by all of the choices when I was looking into college and university. So if that's you, don't sweat it. You're going to figure this out. I would encourage you to take advantage of virtual resources. We've now put in things like campus tours, if you can't make it to campus, and also opportunities to connect with current students. So you're not just hearing about it from me, but from students who are there to hear what it's really like.
Hello, it's Hal from Temple University Japan campus. I think that when you search for colleges, you should follow some of your favorite schools on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook, so you can see how it is living and studying there. Because it's our social media is often run by students, so you can see it through the eyes of the students.
Zach from Greensboro College, kind of echoing what everyone just said, but just give yourself the time to go through and be able to actually research schools. And don't be afraid to look at a smaller aspect of, looking at community college. If you have interest in trades, like taking a look at vocational schools or just tech schools, everyone has a path, and it doesn't have to be a 4-year plan. So if you didn't do, if you didn't do a great job your freshman or sophomore year of college, and you kind of turned a corner junior year, maybe going in a 4-year university setting isn't the best thing to do at first. So don't be discouraged and discouraged at looking at the community college route at B. But once again, give yourself the time to do research on your institutions and the ones that are interested to you.
Hey guys, Lacey from Shepherd. All really great advice from all your expert panelists here. Something that was really helpful for me was putting it on paper and looking at what was best for me, not just academically, but also socially and financially, and breaking it down into these 3 aspects and prioritizing what was really important. Sometimes there's this idea that you're going to visit a college campus and have this magical moment where it's right for you, but it's not really magical trying to figure out how to pay for college when it's really expensive. So don't let yourself just buy into the fairy tale, but be analytical about it and make a choice that is really going to work for you on all those planes.
And I think I'll just round out and just say ditto to what everybody said, but you have to trust the process. That's mainly it. Trust the process, because it is a process. Lacey, you brought a good point out. It's not anything magical. You're not gonna, smoke is not gonna come down, and you're not gonna hear harps singing. Sometimes you may, but not 9 times out of 10 you won't. But have an idea of what you're looking for. that's going to fit you. Just because it may be somewhere that your friends like, it may not fit you, but you know, just take your time and do your research. Do research.
Catherine, you're muted.
Thank you. It would happen to me. As I was saying, thank you to all our presenters for sharing. It's always great hearing directly from those who work at the respective institutions. And so thank you so much for just sharing and all the knowledge that you've provided us today. And thank you to each of you for joining us. After you close, there'll be a very quick 4-question survey that will appear on your browser. If you don't mind taking a moment to fill that out for us, your feedback would be greatly appreciated. There are more sessions like this one, so feel free to sign up for more sessions at the same place where you registered for this. And lastly, this recording will be available a week from today. All sessions are being recorded and can be accessed at strivescan.com/Virginia. Again, thank you all and have a great night.